Peace, family. Um, this is your brother, Mr. Holipsism, and I'm so angry now that I can barely contain myself. Alrighty, let me see how I explain this briefly. I live in New York City. I live in Brooklyn. I was going out to get my, herbs and cooking herbs and spices and stuff like that on Nostrand Avenue, Nostrand and Fulton. I leave Nostrand and Fulton after I get my stuff and I get on the A train. As I'm going in to get into the train, a brother and a sister go in before me through the turnstile. I go in after them and they're standing to the left of me. I'm standing up against the pole. A young, young cop, black cop, looks like he's in his 20s, comes over to the brother, and the brother looked like he was in his, I guess, late 20s, 30s, and the woman looked like she was in her 30s, might have even been 40. Um, Asked the brother, can he see his Metro card? So the brother gives him the Metro card. He looks at the Metro card and say, can I see some ID? And then the brother says, why? Cop doesn't answer him, and then he goes and says, well, I'll be right back. He goes to the token booth. I didn't really see what he was doing because when he left, the female cop, a sister, oh, I hate even saying this, but a black woman, was there watching them while the cop went. Now, in the meantime, the A train is coming, and his wife is going to get on the train because she says, well, I have to pick up my kids. Why you have us here anyway? We didn't do anything. So she's going back and forth. The female cop isn't letting her go anywhere, and the other cop is doing whatever he's doing. So he comes back and he says something about how the MetroCard that he has is invalid, or that doesn't have the right date or whatever, which is kind of strange because anybody from New York knows that if your card is expired, you can't get through the turnstile. So the woman obviously is a lady who's never been under arrest or never had to deal with the cops because she's breaking. She's going off. She's like, what the, I got to go and get my kids, da 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 da. So the brother's calm. He's just asking what the hell is going on. What is this all about? In the meantime, um, the wife has let one train go by and another train is coming. So she's like, well, I'm going to get on the train. So they stop her from getting on the train, and then she's going back and forth with the cop. And then in the process of this, the female cop was the one who started the aggression. She tries to grab her and put her arms behind her back to put the cuffs on her. Then the woman is fighting. She's not swinging at the cop. She's just fighting because she doesn't want to be cuffed. The two more cops come. They all grab her. They, put their legs in front of her so that they can get her down on the ground. They get her on the ground, put her arms behind her back, and put cuffs on her. In the meantime, she's breaking. What's going on? She's asking all these questions. What are you doing? Da 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 da. I paid my fare. This is this. She has a Metro card on the floor during the scuffle. So while all this is going on, the brother is being held over by two cops watching this happen, and this happened to be his wife. At least that's what he said. I'm in the meantime against the pole, just looking at everything. People have got their cell phones out recording what's going on because I didn't have my cell phone available. Mine was dead, so I couldn't record. But I was glad other people were recording. So I'm just looking and checking this whole thing out. They take the guy. He's asking, "What's going on? What's going on? What are you doing? What are you doing?" They're not even addressing him. They're concentrating on his wife. They take the female cop is the one who has his wife. They put her up against the wall. They tell the brother to come over to the side, and then he starts talking, they push him up against the rail where the steps are, and then put the cuffs on him. They take him off, put him on the benches on the one side of the wall, and the wife is on the other side, so she can't see him. She's up against the wall near the corner. If she can look around the corner, she can see him. So the wife is trying to look around the corner to see what's going on with the husband. As she's doing that, the black cop is pulling her away from the corner and pressing her up against the wall. So this is making the situation escalate because she's like, "What the hell are you doing? I can't see what y'all doing to my husband. What are you trying to protect? Well, I'm not breaking the law by looking at him." So she's going back. Every time she would go to look around the corner, the black cop would push her back and push her against the wall. So they're going through the argument and stuff. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at the cops dealing with the guy. The guy is upset, but he's calmer. He's not breaking. He's sitting on the benches talking to them in cuffs. The other cop has got the female against the wall. And they're going through this back and thing forth. Every time she tries to look around the corner, she snatches her back. So then eventually, the other punk cop, the one who initiated this whole bullshit, he goes over to the husband, and he comes back around to the wife, and then they take the wife over and let her sit next to the husband. So she's crying, she's breaking, she's saying, "What the hell is going on?" Blah 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 blah. Then next thing I know, they get up, bring her out, and take her out of the station, and they leave the husband there. Now, before that happened, they were both talking, so I guess they were, they were telling him what was going to happen, and the husband was trying to calm her down and just whatever. So he goes, um, the wife is taken out of the station. The husband is taken out of the cuffs. They don't do anything to him. They uncuff him. Now, keep in mind, he was the one initially that they addressed about the Metro card. So they let him go. As it turns out, nothing was wrong with the card. For either, her card wasn't even in dispute. It was his. Nothing was wrong with his card. But the wife ends up getting arrested because apparently she was resisting. Or they were trying to say, I didn't hear this, but a brother told me that the cops were saying that she attacked one of the cops, and so they had to subdue her. So now she's in jail, arrested. The husband has to go. He gets on a train so he can go and pick up his children, because that's why they were trying. She was upset because she was trying to get the kids out of school. So I'm sitting there watching all of this stuff, and I'm heated, and everybody around me is heated too. And so eventually I end up getting on a train with the brother. And I'm talking to him saying this is bullshit and stuff, but I didn't bother him because he was already looked like he had a lot on his mind. I say all of this, and I hate it to take so long to say it. I'm offering another suggestion, and actually it's a challenge. We got the Hebrew Israelites, right? We got the 5% Nation. We got the NOI with the Fruit of Islam. We have all of these Christian brothers. We got all of these Moors. We got all of these groups that's all in our community. Here's my suggestion. How about we all get together, all of these groups get together, because this is something that mutually benefits all of us and something that mutually we are all affected by. Form a neighborhood watch so that we can police our own fucking communities and get these fucking bitch ass cops, black, white, yellow, or purple, or in between, the fuck out of our neighborhoods, or at least minimize their involvement in our communities. That's my challenge. Because I'm so fucking tired. First of all, you have no fucking rights to begin with. So I'm not going to say they violated her rights. What they did was they violated her so-called rights. I always say that because she didn't have no rights. None of us have any fucking rights. And even though eventually what's going to happen is she's going to be let go, not charged with anything, all this was cops fucking with our people once again for no fucking reason. So this is a challenge for all of these unity motherfuckers. Since we want so much, we want to talk about unity, I already put up a suggestion for the Black Theological School, which is another thing that benefits us and all of our children. Now I want to put up a challenge for this community neighborhood watch. What's the fucking reason why we can't police our own communities right now? If you can't do that, you can't do one of those two things or both of those two things, do not fucking come to me asking me to join shit. Because I don't give a fuck about none of these organizations. What I care about is our people. And y'all supposed to fucking care about our people. So show some fucking action. Peace.